I just got a teeny tiny question for the government and the politicians. How many times y'all gonna move the goalposts? I really do see how much politicians are out of touch with reality. And I get it. Most of y'all are set for life, especially with that insider trading going on. But to move the goalposts for us regular folks and set the retirement age from 65 to 70, that's just simply unfair. I'm a millennial, 34 years old. In the 90s, I heard grown folks talking saying, get you a job that pay you $40,000 to $60,000 a year with a 401k and a pension and benefits, and you are set. I don't know how they did that in the 90s and still survived, because I did that in my 20s and still was broke. And then I doubled that in my early 30s and still broke. Now, most of us millennials were raised by baby boomers, so you might get a couple of us to fall in line. But the generation coming behind us, the ones that we raised, oh no, they not standing for that. You can't even get these kids to believe in a 40-hour work week. I don't know how you gonna keep them working till they 70. Remember, these are the ones that gotta pay your kids' salary. Working till I'm 70. I don't even plan on living that long.
If you make $100,000 a year, you need $1.5 million to be okay.
It's tough to really worry about retirement right now. I guess plan B would be to keep working.
My retirement plan is fingers crossed and pray, basically.
The cost of living is going up. Your water bill goes up, your utility bill goes up, your gas bill goes up, your food goes up. Retirees are getting stressed because their nest eggs, their savings, are not producing any income for them.
So this whole plan is predicated on working full-time until 70.
Yes.
And at 70...
From age 70 to 75, I have you working part-time.
Good companies and had a pension plan.
I think that's a harsh reality for a lot of people. Mm-hmm. I do think that we'll be working until... We'll definitely be working until our probably mid-70s. If I had to make unless we can make up some big ground soon.
I really do not want to keep working until I am in my 70s. So I am doing everything in my power to have a comfortable retirement. And that's why I'm all about this dividend investing. Right? I am learning about it, but to me it seems kind of foolproof, right? And I'm investing in companies that I think are going to be here for the long term, companies that I use every day, right? Think of companies like you go to. Think about McDonald's, Costco, Starbucks. Starbucks is a great one, right? How many people do you know that actually go and get a grab of Joe every day, right? I don't, because I am too frugal. I don't want to say cheap, but I'm too frugal to do that every day. So I invest in those companies and I get a dividend from being a shareholder. And I would suggest you do something like that too, right? You can do incremental investing where you're going to pay money for fractional shares over time. Right. So instead of buying a cup of Starbucks for $4 every day, why don't you invest $4 in Starbucks stock every day and then see where it takes you over a year? I also don't know about having my retirement strategy of keeping my fingers crossed and praying. Now, I do think that prayer is certainly worthy, and I think it's a good thing. It's a good practice. Is prayer going to pay the bills? I don't know, right? And then again, a shocking stat, right? If you make $100,000 a year, you'll need $1 million to retire. That video was made in 2013. We've had a lot of changes in our lives since then. Think about the current inflation. Think about the current cost of groceries right now. Right? We have to take those numbers up. If you look around, if you ask your neighbors, if you ask your friends and family, I'm sure no one, and I mean no one, is saying, man, things have gotten much cheaper. What a bargain this is, right? We're saying all the time, look at my shopping cart. I've got 5 items in it. This cost me $100. That's what we're facing. So you could say retirement is a gamble, but it doesn't have to be if you start to invest. And you don't have, like I said, you don't have to be a millionaire to start. This is for all classes, right? If you're in your 30s, you know, it's just as good as time as any. In fact, you'll be better off if you get started in your 30s than in your 40s and even in your 50s. But even if you're in your 50s, it's not the end of the world. You can still invest and have a pretty good retirement. So let's just talk about what it looks like to invest at age 20. Let's say we're going to invest $1,000 a year. We'll get a 4% rate of return. We're going to start investing at 20. We're going to stop investing at 65. And we're going to say number of years since last investment. We'll change this to 5. And let's just take a look at the math here. So there you go. We invest $1,000 at an annual rate of 4% from age 20 to 65. And we can see that grow. Now, let's do it for age 30 and see what the difference is. So again, same thing, 1,000 a year, and we're going to display our chart. And you can see right there, right? At age 70, you got about 98,000. That's like a difference of about, let's see, of like what, $70,000? Now, let's do it again. This time we'll do age 40, and let's display our chart. All right, so the deal is that we definitely want to start investing sooner than later, right? Again, the later you start, the more you're going to have to, the less you have to work with in your retirement. And then if we start at age 50 and we go to 65, doing the same 1,000 a year, and we stop at age 70, right? We're not doing too good. If you like this video, and I know you did, let's not be kidding around here. Go ahead and hit the like button. Share this video with someone who you think might find it valuable. And while you're here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button to help the channel grow.